Comcast is just a little bit pressing. Prayers with you, though. Seriously, that was 2 weeks, and I gotta say thank you for that, and God bless you. We're praying for you. But on a more exciting note, we talk about it every week, networking, right? And we've been through these slides 1,000 times. We know it's about 1 in 6 people having a network that works. We know we need to have our coaches, mentors, and sponsors in our network to actually make what we need to happen. We know we ask our coaches, how do you do this? How can I do it better? You know that we have a close relationship with our mentors, so we can go to our mentor and say, what should I do? You know me well, what should I do? And we go to all of our sponsors and say, you have a brand that I want to support. How can I help you? How can I be a part of that brand? And they're going to do what they can to impact our pay retention and progression through the organization. They got that magic wand to help us out, so we want to serve their brand and do 70% of the work to come in, right? We've got that. All of y'all can teach that, couldn't you?
Yes.
Yes, everybody knows that. We hear it every week. But the one thing that comes up over and over and over again, people are asking me, well, Jason, you talk about this network. Talk about getting out and meeting people. How do you do it? What do you do when you go out and you're actually trying to meet someone and you're trying to begin that relationship, that first starting conversation to pull someone into your network, no matter where they fit, coach, mentor, sponsor, what do you do? And that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Just real briefly, I'm going to give you some pointers because there's a real skill for you to build into getting out into the room, making sure that you make the most of the time you have with the people in the room to find the people you want and getting them engaged in you. So we're going to talk about 3 things that are going to help you do that. First, I want to call on somebody, one of my proud Air Force brethren who I know can stand on spot. Come on up here. Say hi. This is what we've been teaching you all for weeks now. We keep getting you prepped for the elevator pitch, right? We tell you when you're out and about networking, you're looking sharp, you come up and you meet someone and you launch into your elevator pitch, and it looks something like...
Hey, how's it going? My name is Cesar. Nice to meet you. I was in the Air Force for 6 years, and I'm currently working on getting into the marketing sector. But I'm still learning the ropes, so I was wondering if you know anybody that I could get in touch with that could show me and talk more about the career path.
Fantastic. Give him a hand. One of the sharpest guys in the world, I'll tell you, like I told everybody, you take all that marketing stuff, I'm going to turn you to the dark side. You can do a lot more on the sales side. You'll be in that sales team as a marketer, and when you see what that seller made for doing half the work, you'll be like,
Right.
I'll be working on it. We need more people in corporate sales. We just lost one. We got one hired over at T-Mobile just the other week. And fantastic job, dream job. But who talks like that, though, right? You meet somebody who talks like that and walks up and says, hi, I'm Jason Smith. I came out of the military and I did that. No, we don't do that. You want them to want to know about you. You want them to ask a question about who you are and what you're doing and be interested. So what we want to do is invite the question. Someone say inviting the question. We want to start the conversation normally by inviting the question. So when you walk into a networking room, the first thing you're looking for is similarities, commonalities. So start by making statements about what's common to you. It could be that lapel pin, it could be the fact that you know you're in a military environment, they've got something that says Air Force. That's one thing, but you always know that where you are in that networking event is common for both of you. So make a simple comment about the event, right? So let's say you meet someone. Can I join? Can you have me join? Give a hand for Randy Ellis, please. You want the situational awareness up. You look around the room to see who's a distinguished individual that's probably in the know. This super sharp, brand new Hugo Boss suit, and the distinguished countenance, the nice Mexican tan, all of that good stuff. That was Germany, from Germany. But you come to meet someone that you'd like to get to know, so instead of launching into I'm Jason Smith, say something common about the event. It's a fantastic event, isn't it?
It is.
It is.
Great. Are we related?
But it's a statement about the event. Maybe a simple compliment. It's an amazing suit. It looks like it's brand new.
It is.
Fantastic. Small compliments to invite the question, and they'll give you permission to start your conversation by going into something like, so who are you? What are you here for? And you can start the conversation from there because you've invited the question, all right? Next thing, the conversation needs to progress past just the introduction. You want to get the conversation on to where you're talking about your needs and your interests, but we don't want to put the hook in and lead them. Leading the conversation with a bunch of questions can be kind of off-putting. So I could be coming up to get to know you. Hi, what's your name?
My name's Randy.
Where are you from?
What's your name?
It's Jason. It's Jason. What do you do, Randy?
I just stand around and shake people's hands.
Good. Do you like it? Is it fun?
I'm a greeter.
You're a greeter. Yeah, exactly. Just stringing on questions. Do you see him kind of that little clear in the throat? The person that's asking the questions is in control. And if you walk up and take the control, it can be kind of rude, kind of off-putting. So instead of just taking the control, you want to guide the conversation instead of leading it with little bits of value, right? So if we start having a conversation about, I understand you work for Draper & Associates, is that correct?
That's right.
Good. I understand Draper did a lot of good things about the Olympics a few years back. How was that?
Opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh, great. See, little something, I know something about Draper Associates. I did research in advance so I can lay out like little marshmallows, leading them along the trail to continue the conversation, mention things, give little bits that can help. It's a little hard with the Lucky Charms marshmallows. You get that? So you guide the question. Say, guide the conversation. With little bits of information punctuated with value that they can actually enjoy and try to stay engaged. Does that make sense? Here's the last thing. I'm gonna borrow you, please. Come on up, Allie. Give Allie a hand. The next thing that you have to do is strategic disengagement. We heard about strategic engagement, right? Say strategic disengagement.
So I'd like you to meet so-and-so.
Yeah. Every now and then, you're talking to the person who's the one you came to see. I'm so glad to be here, sir. I really like to know. And then his best friend in the world comes up, and they instantly hit it off and start another conversation. It looks something like this. Sir, oh. And they keep going. They're talking, and you. Well, you need to disengage. You could just kind of fade away and realize that, oh, they don't want to talk to me. But I recommend you do something more like, listen, I can see you all need to catch up. But Randy, it's great to meet you. I hope we can circle back again. You got my card. I'll see you later, okay? Hey, great. I'm Jason. Good to meet you. Yeah.
If you got any more of those marshmallows?
But that's one form of strategic disengagement. Here's the other one. Every now and then, the sharpest dressed person in the room is not the CEO. They're the person looking for a job. And you'll meet them, and they'll start to launch into their whole life story about their diabetes and everything else. Then they'll start laying it on. Hey, yeah.
Did I tell you about my last visit to?
No, what happened? Yeah.
It was just, you wouldn't believe it. How much time have you got?
There you are, realizing that you need to go. What these very important people realize is their time is valuable, and they will do this, and I recommend you do the same thing. They'll do it all the time in networking events. Very simple to disengage. Someone's launching in, and they'll just go, excuse me. Just like that. It's not painful. It's not, am I wrong? And they'll just say, excuse me, and step away. Sounds rude, right?
Yeah.
It's painful, but your time is valuable. You're worth it. So if this is not going to be a conversation that's beneficial, strategically disengage politely. Excuse me. And step away and do something else. That's okay in a networking environment. If people are sitting there biting their fingers like, oh, I can't do that. Yes, you can, because I promise you, this gentleman will do it to you. Okay?
In the middle of the doctor.
In the middle of the conversation,
Right.
yeah. And it was like, excuse me, and then go, because you are here to serve us. Thank you so much for both of you. Give them a hand. Thank you so much. You're out here networking, not to serve yourself, but to serve the others in the room. You want to serve as many people as possible. Move from serving one person to the next person to the next person. As I learned, I'm out there training corporate sales teams everywhere. I tell every rep, you're not trying to sell a thing. You're trying to serve as many people as possible, right? So you want to try to serve as many people as possible. If this conversation is not serving either one of you, disengage, okay? That was rather long, but it's one of the things that we don't get to do in this networking conversation much, and I get the most questions about how do you meet people? What do you do? And when you're in the world of sales, as you're going to be, then you need to get good at meeting, engaging with people, guiding conversations, strategically disengaging. And I hope you all can take those notes home with you and practice. And if you need to practice them tonight, we will be leaving here afterwards, and we'll be at your